If Wall Street worked the way we were told it does, wouldn't more people be financially free? But they're not, because the system we've been taught to trust, the one that rewards saving, holding, hoping, just isn't designed to create real freedom. And deep down, most investors, they feel that. We're told we're diversified because we own some mutual funds, a few ETFs, and maybe some index funds and individual stocks. But here's the truth, it's all tied to the same market. When Wall Street crashes, and I said when Wall Street crashes, all those diversified assets crash right along with it. Let me show you on the high-tech whiteboard. A lot of times we'll see a pie chart and we'll see mutual funds, stocks, bonds, ETFs. They're all correlated. They're all. And what you need are uncorrelated, because the same market has the same risk. There's just no true diversification in this. There's no the risk profile, income stream, the asset type. There's none of it. It just looks diversified because they can split up the pie that way. Now let me tell you the last time that I bought a individual stock. About 20 years ago, I bought Krispy Kreme, because who doesn't love a Krispy Kreme donut, right? But then 2 months later, I'm not kidding you, the Atkins diet exploded. Low carb mania took over. My donut stock got hammered. And that was it for me, honestly. I realized it didn't matter how good the business seemed, how good the donuts were. When you invest in public markets, you're always vulnerable to forces you can't predict or control. And it's still happening today. Just look at Tesla. One tweet from Elon, and the stock can swing billions in value. And if the president tweets, same thing. I don't want my financial future riding on that kind of chaos. And here's the other thing no one tells you. Wall Street and your financial advisor, they have incentives that don't always align with yours. They sell what they're allowed to sell. They recommend what their firm tells them to sell. And when they get paid, whether you win or lose. So most investors never even see the deals that produce the real wealth. They're investing in these derivatives. The real deals aren't even on the menu. Wall Street teaches us to accumulate, to stack up a nest egg, to keep saving, not to touch it, and someday, maybe, you'll have enough. But let me ask you, what good does a big pile of money do if you're too afraid to use it? I know you've seen somebody like that. That's not freedom. That's scarcity. Well, let me show you that. And it's really contrasting, because on one side, we've got accumulation. And on the other side, we've got utilize. So when we say accumulate, I want you to think 401k. Maybe someday. Scarcity and fear. Whew, those are some strong words. What's the opposite of that? Cash flow. Might even get to use it today. Love this word. Abundance. And freedom. This That's hoarding money. You're hoarding money instead of putting it to work. It's clinging to control instead of learning how to create consistent income. Money is a tool. It's not something you hide in a vault and hope that it grows. You don't build freedom by watching the numbers on a screen go up and down. You can't do it. You build freedom by creating streams of income and equity growth that support your lifestyle today and for decades to come. Let's be honest. This system that we've been taught is so great, it's more fragile than ever. Markets are being driven by emotion, politics, algorithms, interest rates, all things you have zero control over. And let me tell you, that's not investing. That's gambling with a nice suit on. If you're like me, you're done being passive about your passive investing. So what is it that the wealthy actually do? They don't avoid Wall Street. They just don't solely depend on it like the majority of us have been taught. They invest in private markets, real estate, energy, private credit, cash flowing businesses. These are all assets that don't move correlated with the stock market. They're vetted, stable, general, real, tangible returns. That's what I discovered after years of trial and error. And now I want to help others do it without making the same mistakes. So in the next video, I'm going to walk you through the world of alternative investments, what they are, how they work, and why they've quietly built more wealth than Wall Street ever will. Most people never see this world, but once you do, I'll show you this and you'll never look at your portfolio the same way again. I'll see you on the next video.